Good evening. Happy Thursday. I want to just take a second and welcome you to my page. I am Julie with Creations by Julie. Ed is behind the camera tonight and hopefully we'll catch any questions that you might have. But if he doesn't, we apologize. Sometimes they go by really fast. You can just put them in the comments, and I always go back and read the comments and I'll answer them there. Tonight we're going to make I'm calling it a bubble bunny. This design was created by Kat's Creation, Kathleen. I think it's going to be the correct her Facebook page. If not, just do a search on Facebook for Kat's, K-A-T'(S), Creations, and Creations is spelled with a C. She also has a private group if you're interested in learning more in depth, and if you want to know all about how to do a Facebook, Etsy. She's a great teacher and it's a great group to be a part of. There is a monthly fee for that. But she showed this particular design on one of her lives that was public, and she goes live on every Friday night on her public page. So I had messaged her and asked her and made sure it was okay for me to show y'all how to do it. And I'm just calling it the Bubble Bunny because if you were with me at the very beginning last year, we went through all the different methods of I get petals in my mind, but it's not a petal, it's just the different methods. You know, we did the curl, the ruffle, and y'all know I love the ruffle, it's my favorite. This is called the bubble method, and that's what the bunny's made with. Hang on, let me get Ed pulled up on here. He is not able to get it on his laptop. He got a new phone yesterday, and we're both, there it is right there. You're going to turn the sound down. So.
It came with an automatic autograph picture of Mickey Mouse.
Oh, yeah, your phone's newer than mine. Now, he had a Mickey Mouse phone. Y'all, he had like a 6. And it's like, no trade-in value here. It's like, well, we knew that. But anyway, welcome and thank you for being here. I love to give away things. And for this month, I'm only doing one giveaway. And it is for a craft kit from Unique in the Creek to make a sunflower, a large sunflower. And this is, you're going to get it the exact way I got it, shipped straight from Unique in the Creek. You get a large board. You get 2 rows of yellow, 1 row of green. You get the center. You get everything you need to make a large sunflower. And I will even give you the link of where Lori is showing you step by step. And I have another one. I may decide to do it, but I have several sunflowers on my site now. But that's what the giveaway is for this month. All you have to do to be entered into that is to, in the comments on one of my lives, do hashtag sunflower kit. I put all those names in a blessing bag, and we will draw the first live that I have in March, which I looked earlier, that last Monday, February. It is actually still in February. So when I do my live on Thursday, March 3rd, that's when we'll pick a winner and draw from that. But that's all you have to do is put hashtag sunflower kit. So let us know you're here, that somebody's watching. Say something when you hop on.
Maria Francisco's good evening.
Hi Maria, it's good to see you. I'm glad you're here.
Karen Hunter says hi, y'all.
Hey Karen, I really appreciate all y'all. There's so much going on in Facebook right now with some of these crafters, and it's sad, and I just have the best group of ladies. We may be small, but y'all are an awesome group. And I really do appreciate you always being encouraging and kind. And I don't think I've ever had anybody make a negative comment, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, let's talk about this bunny.
Kathy Keller from West Virginia.
Hi, Kelly. Kathy. Good. We know it used to be a Kathy Kelly. And that's who Ed thought it was last week. And I'm like, no, Ed, and that's not who that is, but anyway, welcome. Glad y'all are here. I go live every Monday and every Thursday at 6 o'clock. Tonight we're going to, I don't know if you can see the bunny, but I'm going to show you how to make this bunny. Very simple once you get the method down. And let me go over what you're going to need before you start your bunny. Okay, you're going to need 2 wire rings. I think Ed's going to have to move the camera down, make sure y'all can see. And I always love for him to cut off my head, y'all, and he hates it, but you don't need to see me, you just need to hear me, and hopefully that's okay. We've looked into getting a microphone, we just haven't gotten it yet. You know, one thing at a time. Ed got his daddy long legs super duper stand that he's very proud of. You hopefully won't see the camera tilting anymore. You may still see him flip the camera a time or two if he tries to zoom in. Hopefully not. But you're going to need an 8-inch ring for the top of the bunny. These you can get at the Dollar Tree. You get 2 of them for $1. You're going to need a 12-inch ring. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I just bought this one. It's $2.99. You want it to have 4 different rows on it. Now, the one Cat used, I'm thinking this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, and I'm thinking the one she used had more sections than that. But once I tell you how many to put in a section, you know, whether it has 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, you probably will put pretty close to that amount of ties in it. Now, if you probably can use the 14-inch from Dollar Tree. I think it's 4 rings. I'm pretty sure it is. But you might need more mesh. Okay, the mesh I'm using tonight, we're going to do white. You can use whatever. This one's done in the, okay, yeah, unless you can get a little closer, that's okay. When I actually start showing the thing, you may have to get a little closer.
I'm just showing you, you turn it sideways now. You used to could.
Oh, well, that may be your new phone. Okay, so you can make your bunny any color you want to. I think it looks really good if you use the Snowdrift mesh. This is actually, I think, the Snowball, and it has little pieces of cotton, where this is the Snowdrift. See how the cotton goes all the way?
Wait a minute.
Okay, this is Snowdrift. See how the cotton is in there and it's lines of it. This one that I used for the one we're going to look at tonight just has like little balls of cotton. But you can use whatever you want to. You can use the regular white Deco Mesh from Hobby Lobby. It's not the best quality, and it's certainly not like the Snowdrift or the Snowball, either one. You can get this at Craft Outlet. It's about $9 a roll for the Snowdrift, I think. You're going to need at least a roll and a half, so you need to buy 2 rolls. Now, these rolls are 10 yards. You've got to be careful if you're buying mesh from Hobby Lobby, because some of their rolls are just, I looked at a couple yesterday, and there's only 6 yards on there. Some of them, well, 18 feet, but that's still 6 yards, right? So they've kind of gone down on most of theirs. So you may need to pick up 3 of those. So really, in the long run, you're better off to order it somewhere online. But if you just want to go get it and get it done, you can pick up this from the Dollar Tree. And Hobby Lobby, I'm pretty sure, has these, but they were $1.99. And you can get 2 for $1 at Dollar Tree. So, but that's just up to you. You can use any kind of mesh you want. But if it's 10-yard rolls, you purchase 2 of them. Okay, then you're going to need pipe cleaners or Chanel stems or whatever you want to call them. You're going to need something for your little bunny tail. And I actually, this is one of the little cotton pom-pom things, like from the Santa hats. And I just put a little bit of pink on it because the ribbon that I'm going to use is black and pink. And since my bunny's going to be white tonight. But you're going to need something for its tail. You're going to need something to cut your pipe cleaners with. And of course, you're going to need a couple of zip ties to get your mesh going. and to finish off with the ears and stuff. Well, scissors, but that's pretty much all you're going to need. And I'm going to show you how to do the bubble on this big wreath because I think it'll be easier for you to see. And you're going to want to start with a zip tie, okay?
Dee Wilson says, good to catch you live.
Hey Dee, I'm glad you're here. Okay, I normally take my mesh and just kind of throw it on the floor. But you're gonna take your mesh to get started, and you want to start at like one of the crossbars on this ring. And you're just gonna take it, you don't cut this mesh except for your ears. And I would suggest that you go ahead and cut 2 pieces 20 inches at the first of your row for your ears. You're gonna need 2 pieces at 20 inches. And the reason for that is by the time you get to the end of your roll, y'all know how your mesh is just real curly, and you don't want that for the ears. So I cut my 2 pieces first. Okay, then you're gonna take your mesh and just kind of gather it together like this. And then you're gonna take a crossbar, and all you're gonna do is secure this mesh, go underneath right there in the middle of bars 2 and 3. And I, get it underneath, and then I push it up a little bit, and I take a zip tie, and if you're not used to working with the zip ties, you need the flat side up so that the other end can go through, and you'll hear it click. And all I'm doing is going in under this and catching, I don't know, can they see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, catching, okay. Do you see where it's at? I'm going on one side of this crossbar and then on the other side so that I can secure my mesh to the ring. And then you'll hear it clicking. And then you're just going to pull it really tight. Okay, you see what I've done? I've just connected it. You don't worry about this right now. Okay, so I've just connected it there. Take your pliers or whatever you want to call them, dikes, nits, whatever they are, and cut it off. Okay, now that's all you're going to use that zip tie for right now. When you come to the end of the mesh, you'll use it again. But you're going to do your poofs and put them in a bubble, which means you squish them close together. But let's talk about our pipe cleaners. And I'll tell you the way I like to do it. You're only going to need half. You can cut your pipe cleaners in half, and you're going to need 7 per section. So what I did is because I caught myself doing it and then saying, okay, how many have I done? And turning it over and counting them. So I just cut my pipe cleaners, and then I counted out 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I put them in little piles. That way I can say, if there's 2 left there, I've got 2 more bubbles to do. Does that make sense? I just found it easier to do it that way rather than stopping and counting my bubbles. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you do this one or the little one first. It doesn't matter. And y'all know I've already got one just about put together, but I'm going to show you how you get to that point. Okay, you're going to only use the 2 middle rings on both of them. Only these 2 is all you're going to worry about. You're going to take, and I found it easier to do one at a time. Take your pipe cleaner and you slip it under both of those. So you're like going over the first one, under, and then up over. And then you can even come further down, but you're going to take it and just give it one twist like that. You don't want it so tight that you can't slide it. You're going to need to be able to slide this. Also, you don't want it so tight that you might break your wire. But all you need to do is twist it one time. Then we're going to do a 6-inch, no, on this one, the big one you do 8 inches. The little one we do 6. So on the big ring, you're going to do 8-inch poofs. And the best way to do that is just to put your mesh kind of out of the way. Put this part, the ending of the poof before, on a marker. I'm going to put it on 6 so that y'all can see it. I'm going to lay it right there and hold it. And then you're going to gather your mesh. You don't want these pieces way under. They'll go under a little bit, but you want to be able to pull them out when you're through. So just kind of pull it. And I'm going to go from 6 to, what did I say, 8 inches? So that would be 14. So I'm going from the measurement, 6 to 14. I'm going to measure out 8 inches. It's important on this type of wreath that all your poofs kind of be the same. That's why you want to measure every single time. But you just take it, get it on the 14th, and hold it right there. Lay it in the pipe cleaner and give it about 5 or 6 twists. Then you're going to cut off that. You're not using that pipe cleaner again. So I just usually twist it, usually, 5 or 6 times. Cut it off, not right at the bottom, but I leave just maybe, what is that, 1/4 of an inch maybe? And then I just fold it down, okay? Then to make your poof, your bubble, you take the 2 ends, put your fingers up in it, like this, and make a bubble. Now, right now, you can see the wireframe. You will not be able to see that when you're done. So there we have 1 poof. You are going to do 9 of these per section in this one. The little one is 7. Just 6-inch poofs, you do 7. 8-inch poofs, you do 9. Or however many it takes to make a really full section. Okay, so then I'm just going to push that one up. See how it makes the bubble? Do we have a question?
No, Cinderella shoes. That's high. Good evening.
Hi, Sandy. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to measure from 6 to 14. Or wherever. Oops. But I didn't put in. And that was the thing. I kept forgetting to do that. But if you put them all in there, it just catches and you get confused. So once you push it up, just put in another pipe cleaner. And there were several times I had to try to put the pipe cleaner in after holding the mesh in my hands. So 1 twist, go back and gather your mesh. It really goes faster, once you get the hang of it. From 6 to 14, always use the same measurement. So this one should be an 8-inch poof also. It's the bubble method. If you need to do a search on YouTube or something, and like I said, I have one way back, probably 1.5 years ago when we did the bubble method. Cut it off, just put it under, and then puff this one or poof this one, okay? Slide it down, put another pipe cleaner. You can see why it's easier to have all your pipe cleaners right here, and then when you're finished. And if your section is not full, add another 1 or 2. But you'll see it gets really full. All right. So I'm going to go to the end. I'm holding that one that I just did to measure out to 14. Raise it up. Put it in my pipe cleaner right there. And you do this all the way around. Over and over. But, well, I'll tell you that in a minute. So anyway, and you always need to stop and poof it. I'm just dragging the ends, the edges out and poofing it up, pushing it in. Do you see how it's making up the bubbles? All right, I've got to turn that pipe cleaner down and put in another one. Twist it 1 time. It's got to be able to slide. I measure from 6 to 14. Put it in the pipe cleaner. You're just making a bubble wreath.
Might be simple, just say measure 8 inches. Because the 6 to 18 may confuse somebody.
6 to 14, yeah. Measure 8 inches. Put any number you see on your board. If I could even go all the way here to the end, but y'all couldn't see it. So it's an 8-inch poof. pull it out, bubble it up, push it in, put in another pipe cleaner. You see, I only have 3 more. And it will get full. So I'm going to put in the other one. You're only using the 2 center ones. Measure out 8 inches. You just want them consistent. And you have to keep pushing them down, otherwise you're going to be in the other section and not realize it. I was trying to do this yesterday and sitting here at the table, and I was talking to Ed, and twice, I'm telling you, I skipped and went into the next thing without realizing it, and I had to clip them all loose and redo it.
She blamed it on me.
Yeah, he was disturbing me. Okay, we have 2 more to do in this section. And it becomes very full. That's why I wanted to show you on an empty wreath.
Hey, David Schwartz wants to know if this is 1 7-inch or 9-inch pipe cleaner.
It's a 12-inch pipe cleaner cut in half. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it's a normal. I buy my pipe cleaners at Hobby Lobby, like packages of 120 or something like that. Oh, and see there, I didn't put my pipe cleaner in there, so I'm going to hold my 8 inches with that hand. Push these down, and I can tell you this is a different mesh, I think, than what I used. So you want your section to be full. This, I'm probably could even put in 1 or 2 more. This mesh gives more. This was just some extra mesh that I wanted to show you. So the main thing you want is your section to be full. Whatever, how many you need, I'm just telling you what it took for what I was doing. And that will depend on how thick your mesh, the quality of your mesh. That is what I used for this one, was the 7 per section in the little one and 9 per section in the bigger one. But this one, see, we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I was just going to put 1 more. But you see how far I can mash that? This is, and then you want to straighten them a little bit. This one I probably could at least put, once I get this last one, I could probably put 2 more in there using this mesh. So it just kind of depends. You do not want to be able to see the wire through there. And you probably won't be able to once I get this one done.
Pat Power says hi.
Hey, Pat. Okay.
And Miss Schwartz got her answer. She want to know if you're using 7 or 9 posts, and you're using 7 on one and 9 on the other, right?
You're using 7 on this little ring, because that's how many it took me to get from one crossbar to the other. It took 7. Now, like I said, if your mesh is thin and you feel like it needs more, then just add more, because you're going to have leftover mesh out of the 2 rows.
And you use 9 on the bigger one.
I used 9 per section on the bigger one. But, like I said, if I was doing it out of this mesh here, this is the snow ball. I think that is snow drift, it looks like. So it's probably a thicker mesh. You could tell, you know, this would be the last one if I just did. Okay, wait a minute. I only counted out 7. I need 9. Because I'm doing the bigger one. So see, it depends on which wreath you're doing. So we're not going to stop at 7 there. I was going to say that's a little thin.
You can blame it on me.
I think yesterday I did the big one first. It's 1 more than how long your poofs are. Let's put it that way.
Brenda Bracken says good evening.
Hey, Brenda. Y'all, we're in South Texas. It was over 80 degrees here today. and I can feel, we have the back door open, I can feel it's getting cooler. It's supposed to drop down to 34, I think, tonight, from 80. Is that not crazy?
They know the back door's open because they probably hear
Hear
the
the
wind chime.
chimes. It's like that's what makes everybody sick. All right, y'all are not going to have to sit here and watch me do this whole wreath. I have one done, so I just want to make sure you know. Do you have any questions about what I'm doing? The large ring, 8-inch poofs, 9 per section. But like I said, if your ring has more sections or fewer sections, that may depend. You want the section full. So like I said, if you have to put in an extra one, put in an extra one. Okay. But we're gonna stop after this one, and then I'm gonna show you what, when you get them all done. But it's done the same way. Even the little one's done the exact same way. It's just a smaller poof. And you're gonna twist that pipe cleaner about 6 or 7 times to make sure it doesn't come undone, and then take it and fold it down. And then do your poof. You don't cut the mesh. You just keep going. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 poofs. And then you just kind of straighten them. You might have to, you know, pull them loose. You want them all about the same height. They're not going to be perfect, but you can see how full that is. Now, when you get ready to go to the next strand, you don't have to do anything about a zip tie. You just keep going the way you are. I would start putting my pipe cleaners in this section, the middle row, until you get this filled. Now, on the large board, you're gonna leave one section blank. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. I only put poofs in 4. So this whole section, leave blank, because that's where you're going to attach the head of your bunny. Okay, any questions? Okay, now let me show you. Put that over there, and I'm gonna go around to the end of the table where hopefully you can get a better view, because the stuff gets really full and it would be hard for you to see. Here is the one that I finished. Can you see that? All right, see, I have 9 in each section. I left this section blank. So that's what you've got. This will be the bottom of my bunny. And this does have, it has little balls, but it looks like it goes all the way through. It looks like it's a thicker mesh, but it may not be. But anyway, you can do it any color. But this one's ready to attach the head.
Brenda Bracken says she loves your shirt.
Oh, thank you, my tie-dye. That was my mama's favorite thing, was tie-dye. Okay, here's the small one. See how, your small one's gonna get really full in the middle. And you're doing 6-inch poofs on this one, 7 in a section. See, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 per section. You'd fill all sections of this one. 1, 2, 3, there's 4. So I'm gonna finish this one, but I'm headed in the wrong direction for y'all to see. But I need pipe cleaners. Hand me my pipe. I got to open a new pack. Okay, so I just need 7 pipe cleaners, cut in half. So this will be 6. And then you're going to use another, and I don't measure. I mean, they don't have to be perfect. They just, but there's no reason to waste a whole pipe cleaner. And cut it off. All right, so there's 7. So I'm gonna have to go this way. So see, it gets pretty full. I'm gonna put it through and up under those 2 and twist it one time. And then I'm gonna have to turn my mat because I have to measure. I don't want to be laying on the table. You may have to come back this way. All right, these, all right, see, I'm going to start right here. So I'm going to hold this one, and what did I say? Poofs, 6 inches, right? They're going to be 6-inch poofs. So I'm holding it on the 3. I'm going to go to the 9 and do this one. And hopefully my head doesn't get in y'all's light. I'm doing the same thing that you did on the big one. It's just going to get really full here on the little one. And see, your 6 inch is not very big at all. So then you have to push this one down, put in another pipe cleaner. To me, it worked out really well to count out my pipe cleaners, and that way I know when I'm done with that section. Okay, 3 to 9. See, 6 inches is not a whole lot, but you're only working with a 8-inch ring. And I realize my hands are probably in y'all's way, but hopefully you saw the other. And it's done the same way. It's called the bubble. I'm just going to try to pull that out, push it back down, put my pipe cleaner under there. It really is, it goes pretty fast. But you have to measure each one. What did I say, 6? So these are 6 inches. And I fit about 7 in each section. If you let those ends get down underneath there, you've got to hunt them, because that's how you're going to pull it out and bubble it up. I will tell you, this is not one of my favorite wreaths normally, but it looks really cute for the bunny. It looks really good if you use a multicolored mesh, like at Halloween and Christmas, when you get a mesh that's a couple of colors. It makes a very pretty bubbled wreath, like the red and white, kind of a candy cane type wreath. And you see my mesh is getting a little more towards the end, so it's tighter wrapped and it wants to curl up on you. That's why I usually just throw it in the floor. All right, we have 3 more to go. Then the good part starts. And they go together very simple. I'll show you how to do the ears. All right, so I'm going to push that. Put in another one. Y'all could probably see better if the camera was on the other side of me, but I can't work backwards here, so. But if you have any questions, just drop them in there and I'll go back and read them all later. And don't forget to do the hashtag sunflower kit if you're interested in getting a kit to make a pretty yellow sunflower. Okay, almost done. Now I'm just trying not to get that piece where I started. Every now and then you have to redo your mesh so that those pieces don't go up and underneath there. because you're squishing it at both ends, and sometimes it just can't help it. Alright, last one, and then we'll fluff it a little better, because I'm kind of squishing these. We'll put in this last one, and then I'll show you how to end it. You're going to end it roughly the same way you started it, by doing underneath. Now I had the beige one done, and the one Kat did, she did it in beige, and I thought, well, I've got the white, let me do one in white. And then I thought, well, if I put a white tail on there, you're not going to see it, so let me just brush it with a little pink paint. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Okay, so this is what we had left out of 2 rows. Not much, so you definitely need 2 rows. And I would call this the snowball mesh too. It's got the little balls on it. Okay. And I've already cut my things for my ears, so remove some of this trash. Okay. And maybe get a zip tie. You're going to take, this was the last one we did. See, there's a crossbar. We're going to squish it, take this piece and run down underneath like that. Okay, there's where we started. So we're just going to take this piece, pull it down through there. We'll still cut off some more of that. And then we're going to do the same thing that we did with this one. I'm just going to run it right here over the top. See, there's the crossbar. So I want my zip tie to go under. I'm going to make sure it's the flat side up. Under this and then over. So it's catching it right there. So it'll put it tight. Otherwise it'll slide around. And so then I'm just going to pull it tight, clip it off, and then cut off most of the excess here. Cut off that. Okay, so there. Now we'll go back and kind of fix these a little bit. So this is the head to our bunny. And you kind of you don't want one sticking out a whole lot more than the others. That's why we measured. Now if you have a part that you think looks a little wonky, that can be the part where you attach the two together.
Judy Crafton said, sorry I'm late.
It's okay, Judy, you'll have to go back and watch exactly how we did the bubble. Okay, I am going to take this part, the bottom to our bunny, turn it over, take this one and turn it over, and just pick whichever one that if you've got a place that looks wonky or thinner or crazier, make it the neck. I'm going to use this part right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go under this ring with this whole thing. So squash your mesh, go under that one and over the next one till you get to the second ring. So on this big ring, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You're under 1, over 2, and connect it to 3, okay? And you're going to use a zip tie.
It's just interwoven for stability.
And you're going to use several zip ties, don't worry about it. And I'm just going to connect these two right here for now. And it'll take about 2 here, because you want it tight. And we're using the blank part. I'm going to push it up in there. And then I'm going to do another one. Same place. Then I'm going to go and hit a couple of these crossbars. You put about 6, just because you don't want the head to move when you pick it up by the head. So just find a place, like right here will be a really good place to stabilize, because see, I've got a crossbar and then these two. So I'm going to go up and under there to where I can connect it right there. And just secure it on this side. I'm going to do another one on the other side somewhere. Probably right here. Is this making sense? Y'all know what I'm doing. And then we'll turn the bunny over. And I think I'm going to put one up here. This is the inside of the little ring and the outside of the big ring. Put as many as you need to get it as secure as you can get it. You don't want somebody picking it up and the head flopping around. You could do one here if you wanted to. You could do one here, but I don't think, I don't think it's going to need it. You can pick it up and it's not moving. If you wanted to, you know, just for the heck of it, we'll put one right here where these two meet. I mean, you're going to turn them and it's not going to bother anybody's door. I'm just going to make sure this bunny head don't move. That's probably an overkill, you know, tie wraps, but they're cheap. All right, then I'm going to cut them all off and turn them.
That's because they're not real tie wrap.
They're crafting tie wraps. They're not like what you're used to. I'm going to clip them all off and turn them to where the sharp part is not, you know, where it's not going to bother anybody's door. Push them down under to where you don't feel anything. Well, that one didn't want to go. Okay. All right, there. Now, you could put something up here now to hang it. That's just up to you. You've got the whole ring, though. I mean, I didn't put any, well, I added a string on that one just so I could use a push pin to hang him. All right, so there you've got your bunny head onto your bunny. Okay. Next thing we're going to do, let me show you how to make the ears. I already have one made. Here's the one that's made. If you want them exactly, you could put a little bit of hot glue there. And I did that, I think, on that one once I got him on. I wanted them kind of folded this way, and I put a little bit of glue here. But you want tall, long ears. That's why you need 20 inches. And I put it on here with a zip tie. Okay, so take your 20-inch piece of mesh, fold it in half. Okay. Then turn it, I think I turned it this way with the cut edge kind of on my left side. This is going to be the top of my ear. Okay, I'm going to take this and fold it in. Then I'm going to take this and fold it in. Now if you did it like that, you got a really short ear. I wanted the ear longer, so now that I've got one made, you want your ears to be the same. So I'm going to come down further and put my tie wrap.
Melody Dow says hi.
Good evening. Thank you for being here. So I put my tie wrap about 11 inches. So I'm going to do this one that way. put a tie wrap on it. Don't cut off this yet because we're going to use that to attach it to our frame. You could use a pipe cleaner here instead of a tie wrap. Let me make sure they're pretty close to the same. You can make short ears or long ears. I wanted long ears, so I just do that really tight, clip it off. Now, I had thought what would be really cute, and you would have done this before you put them together, is if you put a little piece of pink mesh right here. But there's a whole debate about the bunny ears. Raise it up and show these for just a second. This is supposed to be the back of your bunny because you got a bunny butt. Technically, this, I would think it would be the front of your bunny ears. So this one, I'm gonna do it this way, where you don't see the opening. You just, like you'd see the back of the ears. Does that make sense? But this one, you see the side. But this one, I'm gonna change. So the choice is yours. This is where you get to be creative. You get to figure out where you want to put the ears and which way you want to turn them. This one, I'm going to turn them that way. So I just kind of want to get a feel, but I am going to glue these so they're more of a, so they close up just a little bit.
Melanie Dow said, miss seeing you live. Life has been very busy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it has. Things get kind of rough, don't they? But that's the one good thing. Ooh, Facebook's got a lot of problems, but it's nice that they, would you get me my little spatula thing so I don't burn my fingers again? It's nice that they still keep our replays on here. Thank you. That way you can always go back and look at the replays, and that's good. Sometimes you just have to sit down and rest. And all right, I'm gonna add a little bit, I want my bunny ear kind of pointed. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue just to kind of get these ends together here. You just kind of have to manipulate it sometimes.
Melody says, what is rest?
Yeah, I tell you. When Ed was in the hospital that month, oh, I thought I was never going to be able just to sit at home and rest anymore. Of course, he wanted to come home, but... Okay, now let's do this one. Let me manipulate the top first. Might be easier. We've actually had a few days, though, that we haven't had a whole lot to do. We're getting a little rest. I need a lot of days. I cannot tell you how many Easter crafts I have in my head, y'all. There's so many. I wrote down like 3 different things today. Different bunnies and different Easter stuff. It's like, am I going to have time to do all that? Of course, you stop and think about it. We're still in February. But as crafters, you know, we have to think ahead.
Melanie Dow said, love the sound of your wind chime.
Yeah, we do too. We have about 12.
We got an even dozen.
Out there. And the wind is picking up tonight. It's supposed to be very windy, and I think the coldest air is not supposed to be here till in the morning, but it's dropping rapidly. It's already at 56, and we were at 82 earlier. So, okay, so now you have to decide where. I'm going to turn my bunny ears this way. So you've got to decide where you want them, how close you want them. That's just strictly up to you. And you're going to I like to find a cross.
Karen Marie says, I have so many ideas and not enough time.
I know. I like to have at least one of them on a crossbar. So And you can always change them. These zip ties come off pretty easy. So I'm going to put this one here. See if I like it. And I'm just going over under a couple of the wire, one wire and a crossbar to hold it. Right where that other zip tie is. You can go up, you can go down, you can glue them, you can, you know, you can do whatever. But right now, I'm just going to put it there and then decide where I want my other one. And I like that, actually. Is that kind of even? Sorry, y'all, I probably got it out of the camera. I think that's pretty even.
Brenda said it was windy and thunderstorms here.
Oh. Okay, let me find the crossbar, go up and under. Sometimes if you go through too many of the rows on the thing, it makes it too loose, so. But I'm only going to put these two and then kind of hold it up and see. All right, I like it like that. That's a song, isn't it?
Yeah. From the 60s or maybe early 70s.
Okay, now I could hot glue it. I think I will kind of put this up and under that. You just put them on the way you want to, that you'd be happy with. And I think I'm gonna like.
Kathy Ward
Zip
wants to
tie.
know where you live. We're in Texas.
We're in East Texas,
Yes.
down kind of along the coast.
We're south of Houston and a little bit west of Galveston.
If you watch Monkey's Creations, she's in League City. She's not very far from me at all. Okay, and then I'm gonna. We're definitely close enough to the beach that we get nervous with hurricanes.
Brenda says I like the ears turned like the white bunny.
Yeah, I thought I'd do one of each. But if you turned it this way, like I said, and put a face on your bunny, then you wouldn't use the bunny butt, but you could put a face on your bunny.
As long as you got the bunny tail, you need.
Yeah, you need
the ears facing the right way.
Yeah,
There'll be one confused bunny.
Well, there's been so many conflicting things because a lot of people do the bunny butts, and the ears are turned the wrong way. I mean, because it's the rear of the bunny, but the top of his head. But you know, they're cute. People are going to buy them. They don't, you know, we're a lot more critical than most people about things like that. We're a lot pickier. Okay, so I just kind of secured my ears again with another zip tie, and I'm going to turn them to where it's not sharp. Okay. That way you could pick him up by the ears, because you never know, people might. Okay.
Kathy Ward Prowse says I'm in Canada and I have the pleasure of watching you a few times. I love your ideas and I am a crafter too.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're here, and it makes me feel good that you like what you see.
Brenda Bracken says that bunny is listening. That's why his ears are turned.
Well, he's probably wishing I'd leave him alone. Okay, I'm just kind of fixing this a little bit where they kind of all look the same, and I'm going to put the little pink bunny tail down here, and then we're going to make a bow. And I'm just gluing this tail onto this mesh, because y'all know mesh is pretty good about it holding. And you could do your bow whatever you wanted to do. I love black and white, and I love this ribbon. So I'm going to make a bow, not real big, and I'm going to do it by hand. I'm just going to do kind of a Lisa bow. May not even measure anything. One of these days we're going to have some more. This ribbon was from, oh gosh, I put a W. What would have that been? I don't know. The only thing about ribbon like this is I'm not really going to have too many tails, but I don't want my bunnies upside down. So what I'm going to do to...
Kathy Faust said we have a lot of trouble getting supplies. They're very scarce.
Yeah, that's why I bought a lot of my stuff before Christmas. And and the Christmas stuff I think I bought in like September. Okay, I don't want a very long... I can tell you how long I'm going to do these, but probably not but about 10 to give me like a 5-inch loop. Yeah, about a 5-inch loop. So my loops are going to be 5 inches, but you just measure to 10, squeeze it.
Brenda Bracken says that ribbon is so cute.
Yeah, I love this ribbon. Probably too long there for the tails, but...
I'm going to tell you now, you got a text from Pam about Caden.
Oh, okay. Was he okay? Or did you read it?
It flashed by so fast, the only thing I caught was ulcers.
Oh, yeah, he had that test today. He has a lot of stomach problems. Ulcers wouldn't surprise me at all. Okay. So I'm going to do just the same ribbon, but I want several tails. So let's see. That one needs to go that way. This one's going to come down this way. So I'm probably only going to do a couple more loops. I better get me a zip tie and pipe cleaner. And sometimes, y'all, I don't even measure them exactly. Now those bunnies will be upside down if I do that. So let's come down here.
Kathy Faust says your husband is a good support for you, that he does watching your remarks for you.
Yes, he's good about doing that. And he doesn't catch all of them. Sometimes they go by too fast, or, he'll get busy with something else. But he does a good job most of the time.
Well,
I've had him for 52 years. I probably will keep him. Told him I don't have the patience to train another one anyway.
And I asked her why she thought I was trained.
Okay. This is not one of my best bows, but we'll make it work. Okay. And I'm going to close it with a...
Kathy Udy says hi.
Hi, Kathy. Y'all don't forget, even if you're watching this on replay, you still can do the hashtag sunflower and get your name in the blessing bag for the sunflower kit.
Brenda Bracken says, I don't see how you made that by hand.
Well, it's not one of my best ones when you're trying to make sure your bunnies don't go upside down. See, like that one, he's upside down, so they're going to have to go this way. There. And we'll do it shorter.
Kelly Marie said just takes practice.
This is very good ribbon. It's a stiff. It's a good stiff ribbon. Okay, so I'm gonna clip that off. And I did the zip tie so that it would hold it tighter. But I don't know if I zipped it as
Brenda
tight as
says
I
she
could.
can't make them by hand.
I used to make all mine by hand. I do use the Easy Bow Maker now sometimes. I got out the Bow Dabra the other day, but I don't know. I just can't get the hang of it. But I'll do more finagling with it once I get him on him. Okay. And we just want to find a good place to secure it.
All right. Hang
Let's
on a
see
minute.
if I figure out.
Move the bunny a little further. Yeah, there you go.
Figure out which way I want it to turn.
See, you're putting a bow on his back.
That's okay. He's got to have something. We're not gonna be that.
You're not gonna be that.
I'm not gonna be that picky about it. He's running and his bow just got turned around.
It blowed over his back.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna kind of try to get this through here.
Kelly Marie says I don't make the bow dabber work either. I like my easy bow maker.
I have Pro Bow the hand, and it was really good for a while, but you know, then it got to the point, it was just so much trouble to pull out all that stuff, and most of my bows I do kind of funky anyway. If you want to do the perfect bow, the Easy Bow Maker, not the Easy Bow Maker, the Pro Bow the hand will do it. All right, I think that's going to be okay. Right now I'm going to squish it and just turn it over and find my pipe cleaners. Make sure they're on different parts of the rings. And then,
Patricia Stevens says that bunny's really cute.
yeah, I like the white one. You know, black and white's really an in thing. And I probably made the loops too big, but oh wait.
Kathy Forrest said I'd love to watch you make sunflower.
Well, I do have several videos of the sunflower, but we'll probably do another one. All right, now see, how did I end up with those two bunnies crossed? But we're going to be cutting those. This doesn't really have a lot of tails that hang down. So, and y'all, I'm horrible about redoing things. If I'm real picky, and if I don't like it, I told y'all before, I hang them up in my utility room, and I go and look at them for a day or two, and if I want to change something, then I change it. Otherwise, it'll bug me to death.
There's always something hanging around you.
Yeah.
And the rest of the house looks like Hobby Lobby threw up in it.
I've actually made a couple of trips. We don't have a Hobby Lobby right here where we are. We have to go to the next little town, which is Lake Jackson, and it's about a 20-minute drive. And but you've got to go there pretty much to do anything. But I've actually made a trip over there a time or two and not gone to Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. But I did go to Hobby Lobby yesterday. I was on the hunt for some eggs.
Kelly Marie says I always change things. That's my life.
Mm-hmm. Well, once you get it hung up, you know, like I might decide, those loops are really big. I might want to do a smaller bow. But that's all part of crafting, you know. And there's people that like the big loops or, you know. But I'll adjust it and I'll change. I might even make his little tail darker because of the dark here.
Kelly Marie says my house is the same way. My boyfriend said I just need to open my own craft store.
Yeah. I could sell supplies too, but I don't want to get rid of anything. And I have cleaned off the bed in our third bedroom so many times, but it's usually like when one of the kids are coming or something. And then I say, I'm going to keep it that way, and then I don't. Because you want to be able to have your things at hand.
She's got a she shed out there, a craft shed,
That's
piled to the roof.
But we have everything labeled. Okay, that's pretty close to being in the middle, but I think it's too big.
Oh, wait a minute. You got a way to hang it?
No. I think the bow's too big. The bow's just tied on there. That's the great thing about bows, y'all.
Well, hold it up where they can see it.
I don't know what they see. This?
Okay.
You almost got to have it straight up and down to see part of his head. But I think the bow's too big. But I could take this loose and use the same ribbon and just make the loops smaller. I think 5 inches was too big.
Sandy Peavy says, hello from South Carolina, nice bunny.
Thank you, Sandy. These 2 bunnies will be in my Etsy store probably in a couple of days. Tomorrow the high is just supposed to be 55, so I probably won't even be walking. And I'll be able to walk by several times, and probably will remake this bow and make it smaller because I think that's too big.
Kathy just says she likes the bow.
I love the ribbon. I just think the bow's too big. So anyway, that's it for tonight, y'all. I appreciate you being here. And let me go back and sit down for a minute. Whew, got me hot. Now I've got a mess. I will be back Monday at 6 o'clock. I'm not sure yet what we're doing. It may not be magnolia. It may be, I may use napkins or something and do another shelf sitter. I'm just not sure yet. I did know what I was going to do next Thursday, and now I have forgotten. So y'all just watch the page, and I will let you know either the day of or the day before maybe what we're going to do. But I've got a list this long of stuff I just keep adding to. I've just got to make sure I've got all the stuff. I did today make 2 carrots. And well, I got there, and you know the thing right there on the table that's got the stuff for Easter? I had to play with the carrots to make sure what was in my head was going to come out right. So I made 2 carrots today, and I'll show y'all how to do them. And they're made with newspaper. And then I just painted, I did, see, you might could even stick a carrot. But these would be cute on a wreath or in a dough bowl on my mantle. I was just playing with them today. Things like this I try to do ahead of time so I know what I'm doing. Other things, like we're going to do a wreath with eggs, and it'll be the first time I try it, so we'll see. That's what I went yesterday to get eggs. But I think this kind of gives it, it's jute over the newspaper, and then I just put some orange paint on it, and it kind of gives it that rustic, dirty carrot, rough, like you just pulled them out of the ground. So I was happy with those, so I'll be showing y'all how to do those. But anyway, I will be back Monday at 6 o'clock. Y'all have a great weekend. Stay warm, stay safe, and thank you so much for being here tonight.